Hi, guys. Today, I will show you how to make a good beginner jet. This is part 1. In it, you will learn how to make the body of the jet. Let's get started. First, find metal or titanium and place it. Then scale it to the dimensions shown. After that, make a cylinder the way shown above. Start by cloning the piece of metal to the height or width you want the jet to be. Then rotate the cloned pieces the way shown above. First is a 90-degree rotation, then 45 degrees. Now time for the 15-degree pieces to fill the gaps. Select all and clone. Make sure the blue move arrows are in the same direction as you clone them in. Now save and you're done with the first part. Now use the cylinder you made and duplicate it. Now color it a different color from the main cylinder.
Now rotate each part of the colored cylinder 10 degrees inwards. Use the method of deselecting and reselecting your tool to speed up the process like I do. Now place a titanium rod in the front of the nose. Now select it all. Make sure the blue arrows don't go diagonally. They should go up, down, left, right. Now move the nose back until you see a part of the main cylinder clip through the nose. Like this. Keep moving it until it clips very little, but you still see it. Now scale down the excess metal. Now select the main cylinder and move it to make space for the cockpit.
After that, connect the half of the main cylinder with the nose like shown above. And you're done with the nose. Remember to save as it will be needed in the next step. Start off by cloning the nose and moving it to the back. Then rotate it 180 degrees. After that, remove the extra metal from the main cylinder that is over it by scaling it. Now scale the clone nose to have an opening and remove the rod. I realized I made mine too short, but you can scale it to your liking. Now add a neon block in the back. This can be obtained for free in a secret stage. If you don't have it, you can also use a gold block and an invisible torch. Make it super thin as the rest of the glow block will be needed later. Now scale it until it fits the hole, but also doesn't clip out. Now color it to your liking and you're done. Add a gold block and resize it. Now paint it sunset color and place torch on it. Then move the torch so you can barely see it. After that, paint it the same color as the gold block and you are done. Start by turning the body 180 degrees. Now place any block on one side of the cylinder body. Now make it half thick, and make it as long as you want the wing to be. Now clone it and rotate it to how angled you want the wings to be. Now scale it to connect it to the straight side. Now connect the two parts with another clone bar. Then scale that as well, to make it more flush. Now clone and scale parts of the wing to fill in the middle. Now select it all and clone it to the other side. Make sure to deselect and reselect the straight part of the wing. This is to make the move arrows face perpendicular instead of diagonal like shown above. Now flip the wing and move it to be connected with the main body. Now, you can decide whether to keep the wings back or move them forward. I moved mine forward cause I'm not making a tailless delta wing. Now save, and you are done. Start by cloning parts of the main wing to the back like shown above. Then scale them to size. Remember, they need to be smaller than the main wing. Now do the same filling in method used for the wing, and fill in any gaps. Now clone it to the other side. Now flip it and move it to make it fit, and you are done. Now use one of the tails and clone it. Then flip it 90 degrees and move it in position. Then, rotate and scale the front bar to size like shown above. This is a personal choice, but I decided to move mine a bit. I added a rod for aesthetics, but it's not necessary. I also made it smaller because it looked too big relative to the main body. Finally, color the body to your liking. Make sure to save and you are done. If you want dual stabilizers like an F-35, then this is how you do it. Start by taking your existing stabilizer and moving to one side and cloning it. Then rotate by 30 degrees and move it down so it looks in place. And you are done. Start out by selecting the straight parts of the wings and cloning it down. Then scale it so it's attached to the body. Now scale the bottom bars to make a bigger opening. After that, place block on the side and scale it to connect the bottom and top bars. Then clone it to the other side and paint it the same color as the intake. Now place a block to close the opening and rotate it so it merges with the jet. Now follow the steps shown to duplicate it to the other side. Use the deselect and reselect method shown above to precisely move it. Do it by deselecting and reselecting the rod placed so the arrows aren't diagonal. Now place a black plate inside the gap to make it look dark. Now save and you are done. Start by placing a block of glass and scaling it. Make it as thick as you want, as long as it fits on the sides of the cockpit. Also make it half a normal block high. Then clone that piece of glass to the other side. After that, move them both to the side. After that turn, make a cylinder out of the piece the way you made the main body. Remember the deselecting and reselecting trick when the clone and move arrows aren't going the same directions. Now start deleting the bottom part of the cylinder until you reach the halfway point. Now test if it fits, but don't leave it there as we will still need to edit it. Make it taller than the nose. Now move it away and make it longer. Now select it all and clone it forward. Now rotate it 15 degrees and move it until it is connected to the straight part. Then clone that rotated piece and rotate it 15 degrees more, then move it to fit. Now select the front rotated parts and the top piece from the middle half cylinder of glass. Then clone it to back and turn it 180 degrees and delete one of the top pieces. Now check again if it fits. If not, then move it back and make the bottom pieces longer. Now turn off collision on the glass, even though I forgot to. Now, you can move it back, and just place a seat inside. However, if you want a cockpit, then keep it moved out and wait for part 2, or you can make your own cockpit. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for part 2 where we will build the cockpit.